Welcome back to today's news recap, where we cover the most important stories from around the globe. In this video, we'll dive into the latest developments from Israel, Georgia's heartbeat law ruling, and the impact of Hurricane Helene. Let's get into the details. Israel launches Operation Northern Arrows. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, has officially launched a ground incursion into southern Lebanon against Hezbollah. The operation, named Northern Arrows, involves targeted and localized ground raids aimed at Hezbollah terrorist targets and infrastructure. These targets, located near the border, pose an immediate threat to Israeli communities in the north. Israel has also informed the U.S. about its plans for this limited ground operation, which is reportedly smaller in scale compared to the 2006 war with Hezbollah. So far, Israeli airstrikes have already claimed the life of Fateh Sharif Abu El-Amin, the head of Hamas operations in Lebanon. With tensions escalating, Israeli forces continue to defend against projectiles fired from Lebanon and have intercepted dozens of them, including drones. The situation remains volatile as Lebanese officials report more strikes, including one in Beirut. This marks the first airstrike on the city during the recent escalation, Hurricane Helene's devastation. Hurricane Helene has wreaked havoc across 6 U.S. states, leaving nearly 100 people dead and millions without power. The hardest-hit areas are in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia. With catastrophic flooding and damage reported, North Carolina's Buncombe County has seen the worst of the disaster, with 30 confirmed deaths. Governor Roy Cooper has called it an unprecedented tragedy. Over 2 million power outages have been reported, with FEMA describing the flooding as historic. Search and rescue operations continue, especially in Tennessee and North Carolina, where hundreds of people remain unaccounted for. While the storm has dissipated, flash flooding remains a concern in the central Appalachian region, and power outages are making rescue efforts more difficult. University study shows pandemic accelerated aging in girls. A recent study by the University of Washington has found that the COVID-19 pandemic may have accelerated brain aging in adolescent girls. Using MRI scans, researchers discovered that the cerebral cortex, which is responsible for complex thinking and behavior, thinned faster in adolescent girls than expected during the pandemic. According to the findings, isolation and stress during the lockdowns likely contributed to these changes, with girls showing accelerated aging in brain regions related to personal relationships and stress management. In contrast, boys' brains showed less significant changes, with thinning mostly in the visual cortex. Experts have cautioned that more research is needed, especially to understand the long-term effects of these changes on brain maturation. Georgia's heartbeat law struck down. In a landmark ruling, Georgia's heartbeat law, which banned abortions after 6 weeks, has been permanently struck down by a Fulton County judge. The law, signed in 2019 but enforced after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, was deemed unconstitutional by Judge Robert McBurney. He ruled that Georgia's constitution guarantees the right to liberty, including the right to make healthcare decisions, such as abortion, up until fetal viability at around 22 weeks. This is the second time McBurney has struck down the law, and while abortion rights groups are celebrating the ruling, Governor Brian Kemp's office expressed disappointment. The state is expected to continue its efforts to restrict abortion access, despite the recent legal setbacks. Second assassination attempt on Donald Trump. A Florida man, Ryan Routh, has pleaded not guilty to 5 federal charges, including the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Routh allegedly positioned himself outside Trump's golf course in Florida with a rifle, planning to kill Trump as he played golf. Authorities revealed that Routh left a letter months earlier hinting at the assassination attempt. The incident led to a brief gunfire exchange with Secret Service agents, and this marks the second attempted attack on Trump in 2 months. With the 2024 election looming, concerns about security for presidential candidates continue to grow. That's it for today's news recap. As always, stay informed and stay safe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.